Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What's up, y'all? Trent Small, the chef, AK Red Specs in the building. I'm in the house with my brother and co-host, Papa Wolf, AK Alpha Moon, and this is Food for Thought. Y'all know what this is, y'all. Yeah, man. Live every Thursday night from 8 to 10 p.m. We'll be discussing food, music, and the truth. Streaming live only on YouTube platform. Yes, indeed, man. Also, you can catch us on Rumble. Rumble at Food for Thought. And don't forget that, man. On Rumble, you can catch us there, and that's where some of our content is at. You can look at our old videos from there, from season 1 up to season 3. You guys can check that out with no delay, man. And I have some there. We are also airing our season episodes every Friday at 3 p.m. on Brooklyn Free Speech TV. And I believe that's Spectrum, Optimum, RCN, and Verizon channels. Just look for the number channels up there in your local area. And like we always do it every time, Papa Wolf, we get into it.
Let's get
and let's do it. Let's do it.
A new year calls for a new kind of podcast. Live every Thursday at 8 p.m.
Yeah, welcome to Food for Thought, man. Of course, I'm your host, Trent Small, the chef, a.k.a. Red Specs, and my co-host, Papa Wolf, a.k.a. Alpha Moon. And BK Pinky is also in the building tonight. No doubt, it's January 23rd, 2025. And yes, we are back on another Thursday. Our listeners and viewers are back with us. So let's give a warm welcome for them and thank them for joining us here live on Food for Thought.
Had a good time yesterday too, brother.
Yeah, man. Of course, they can follow, like, comment, and share, and hit that notification so you don't miss an episode here on Food for Thought. We thank you so much for that, man. Donations and gifts are always accepted here at Food for Thought. You can Cash App us at Food for Thought FFT, or you can Zelle us at Food for Thought 1424 at Gmail. Cash and money orders are always accepted here in the forefront, baby. So
Yeah,
you can always do that. You know what I mean? And as you know, you can also catch our audio portion of our podcast on Spotify for creators.
Yeah, man.
Food for Thought is taking video submissions, and you all guys all know that, of all genres. So obviously, if you have original music, spoken word, or anything that you're doing in your community that's on video, we would like to look it over and be considered to be played here on Food for Thought. Obviously, you can send all of that to Food for Thought 1424 at Gmail. And please make sure it's an MP4 file so we can play it here on this program, man. No doubt on that. AK Alpha Moon, what's good,
What's
man?
good, baby? Ready to go, man.
How you been?
I've been good, man. Just ready to go. I'm still charged up from yesterday from the last podcast. On the guest, being on that podcast, man. We touched on a lot of good things. Yeah,
Extremities.
We touched on a lot of good things, man.
Yeah, man. Go check them guys out, man. There's some good people, man. Extremity Entertainment on our Access Radio. We was on there last night. We had a ball, man. We just had a blast.
We had a good time.
It was pretty good. It was good. So big up to them, man. No doubt. So what else is new, man? What else is new?
Not much, man. You ready to put that work in down here? You ready to put that work in down here?
Yeah, I'm gonna come check you out. I'm coming see you, man. I'm gonna do a little road trip and go see my brother, AK Alpha Moon. Go check him out, see what's going on over there.
Yeah, what's going on? What's beautiful in this city here. So
yeah, no doubt.
Here. We're gonna do a little work now. We gotta do a little work.
see, this is what I'm talking about. I can't even visit you,
but
you want me to do work.
Hey, listen, what good is it to have your young brother come down? You know what I'm saying? Help out. You younger than me, so we need that.
What that mean?
Hey, listen, young brothers, that's what they do. Like, yo, I got that. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I don't know. Thing. Just bring all the tools, everything. You know what I mean?
See, audience, this is what happens. Little bro got to come and pick up the pieces, man. You know what I mean?
Right. That's right. Hey, listen, this is my first rodeo. You've been on this already, so I got to come straighten up the foundation, make it right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's about what going on there. You know what I mean? Kids doing good. Wifey's going to go see her grandma. So everything is good, man. Just praising God, thanking everything worked out fine. With this whole situation with us, with the next coming weeks and stuff. So, but that's about it.
Right.
What's happening over there?
Nothing, man. I'm just like I said, I just said I'm gonna get up one morning and just rock, man. And then I just decided yesterday to come down to see you.
That was it. And my arms was like this. Yes.
I took my 10-hour trip or whatever. I got everything in the truck ready to rock, man. So if you see that Food for Thought truck in your neighborhood, man, just stop me, man. You never know what might can happen, man. Never know.
You might have to start that was beautiful in your city. We usually do that roll around all the city, different states in the summer. But since you on the little road trip, you might have to stop off, make it early was beautiful in your city.
We gonna do it, man. If you see that truck,
what's beautiful in your city? Look for the Food for Thought truck in your neighborhood.
Yeah, man. Never know. You might chop it up with me, or just you might win something. I might have some gifts for y'all, little gift bags, little gifts, something. So just watch out for that, man.
Hopefully y'all get some of that good barbecue sauce.
Yeah. What we got going on tonight, D?
Today, man, we're gonna have a really, really good show. I think this is one of the shows that we were looking to do, so it's pretty exciting. Today we're going to be chopping it up with licensed firearm instructor and trainer Marlon Tapper. He's also going to bring along his partner and ambassador STD from STD Armory, Louis Santana. No doubt. Of course, we're going to have Pinky in here chopping it up, doing the street news. But this is something that we were looking forward to do in a while. So I'm glad that we're going to have these two gentlemen here, and give some instructions and just give some knowledge to the people, let them know what's going on.
Yeah,
so it'll be a good show.
Yeah, because a lot of things is going on. Trump is here, so a lot of stuff is going on. So these are one of the subjects that is on the table. Yeah. So I don't know what he's going to sign or who's going to object to what he's signing with these gun laws. So we're just here to rock with that tonight and talk a little bit about that tonight and gun safety. Those who are owners of firearms
Mhm.
and responsible
Yeah,
firearm people,
and that's the
and
key.
that has licenses, and they train and they go to the range and make sure everything is good. We want to talk to you guys tonight. Also, if you are anti-gun person, you can chime in too.
Yeah, y'all
347
take that.
903 5664. If you want to call in and talk to the brothers, if you disagree with their point of views, we all agree to disagree. So
That's
it's
what we're
all on the
here for, to
table.
learn.
All on the
That's
table.
right.
Yes. All on the
That's good.
table, man.
Call in.
So speaking of Trump, right? So Trump's inauguration, right? So let's oh my God. Trump got so much stuff going on, man. It's hard to keep up because
Hard to keep up.
he does so many things at one time. So Donald
Mhm.
Trump, President-elect Donald Trump, took the oath office indoors at the Capitol Rotunda on Monday. This was Monday due to freezing temperatures. Usually they have it outside, but this time they had it inside. And I don't know if it was the temperatures or if he had a bullseye on his back outside. So they said
Yeah.
take it inside.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so this decision recalls a similar choice made during the cold weather in 1985, and as details in the scripted in the transcripts revealed in the Ronald Reagan era, that they did the same thing. So they did it inside too. So this was like the first in a long time that this was
Okay.
done indoors.
Okay.
So due to the protesters outside, everything went off without a hitch. You know what I'm saying? Everything was
Oh, that's good.
smooth. Nobody attacking
Nobody
nobody,
acting.
no
Yeah.
fighting, nobody's acting up. But it was some strange people there, weird people there, and
Yeah.
So yeah, we
People
talked about
sitting in
that
the
yesterday. Yeah, we
Yeah,
talked
people
about that
sitting in the
yesterday.
back like, yo, why what they doing there? Where's all the military thing? It's corporate
Yeah,
America
yeah,
sitting
yeah,
there, baby. Corporate
yeah.
America.
But
You know
I
what I
can
mean?
say one thing that his speech kind of went like straight to the point. He
Uh-huh.
wasn't he wasn't that Trump like he do in his rallies. He go all
Hmm.
over the place and he talking nonsense and all
Give
that
him
kind of
time.
stuff.
Give him time.
Yeah. But I'm saying this time, I don't know if his people told him like, yo, keep it brief, keep it what you want
Yeah.
to say about what you're gonna do, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because Trump, he started going all over the place and
Yeah.
steering
It's
off
just,
his
yeah.
subjects and doing. So he does that, but I think this one was like straight to the point. What he's gonna do, whether you
Uh-huh.
liked it or not, but these are the things that he's gonna do. And today is the day that things start happening. The things with the ICE
Uh-huh.
going around arresting people.
Yeah. He
You
even
know,
he signed the thing to release the Martin
the
Luther King files and the JFK files. He did that
yep,
today.
that today. The January 6th guys is out.
Yeah.
I said that on unscripted, and everybody was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Nah, they ain't coming now."
Yep.
I told you that on unscripted conversations that was going to happen. He gonna
Yep.
pardon all of them, and that's what happened.
Yep.
So the birthright thing,
Uh-huh.
I think a judge already shut that
Yeah, they
down.
ruled it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
because they
it's
said
gonna
it's
be pushed up to
unconstitutional.
the Supreme Court.
Yeah, that's going to happen. He's going to try to do his thing. He's have troops at the border now.
Yep.
He's talking about
More on the way.
building that wall, finishing that wall that he got
Mhm.
there. So it's a lot of things that I think it was like 13 things that he signed that day, the day of the inauguration after.
Yeah. A
So
lot of moving parts. A lot of moving parts.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. No doubt. No doubt. So another thing, let's click on TikTok update, right? So Saturday night, TikTok went dark, and on Saturday, and it went dark nationwide. It was a nationwide ban was looming and was out there. So less than what 12 hours later, it's back on,
Back on, ready to rock.
ready to rock. After President Donald Trump announced he would sign an executive order to delay the ban for 75 days, I believe.
Mhm.
So 75 days, I guess TikTok owners have to decide what they're going to do from there. Now you have all these big couple of people that want to buy TikTok from what's the name of the company? ByteDance, yeah,
Dance? Yeah.
ByteDance. And there's like people out there. There's this influencer guy that's on YouTube that might buy it.
Mhm.
Of course, Elon Musk is there, and a couple of other people. So let's see what happened. And Trump, I think Trump said today, if you buy it, just give us 50%. You keep your 50. That's it. So,
Yeah, he want his cut.
you
know
want
what
his
I'm
cut.
saying?
Give the
That's New
federal
York,
government
man.
their
Yeah, he
50s.
want his,
Yeah,
yeah, he
yeah,
wanted,
yeah,
he wanted his cut, man. You know what I mean? Break me off. I saved it. Break me off something. You know how I go.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah.
businessman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
You
got to
know.
do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do, and that's it with the TikTok, man. And I
So
don't know.
what do you think? You think the TikTok is going to last, or they going to TikTok that out? You know, what you think?
No, I think what's going to happen is that they're going to come up with a solution the last minute. You know, they got to make
Mhm.
people sweat. So I think like the last few days, or it could be even the last day that something pops up. Oh, we have something. Oh, TikTok is stay. We have a bio. We have this. We made an agreement with such and such, and So
Mhm.
I think that's what's going to happen with that. They make us sweat. For a while.
Why Elon ain't going to make an Elon version of TikTok? Keep the money right in the States.
Well, he got X, so I don't know. I don't know.
It should be easy
You
for him
don't
to
know
make.
what's happened with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he want his
Yeah,
that Mars money. He waiting for them to give him that
get that
Mars
Mars
money. Like, yo, y'all got to put up this
money. Yeah,
Mars
man.
money.
Yeah, man. No doubt about
Elon,
that. No doubt about that.
Elon ain't playing. So what else you
Mm-mm-mm.
got? You got anything in the rap world or anything in the music world? Any Pinky touching up on that?
Yeah, BK Pinky. I think he's going to touch up on that or whatever,
Okay.
and get into that. So I'm not gonna touch it too much.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna touch that too much because TikTok and everybody it's getting overwhelming. There's so much stuff on TV that it's overwhelming, and you try to keep up with current events and what's happening. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy.
Yeah,
But anyway,
it's just starting.
yeah. But anyway, last week also Joe Biden's farewell. Joe Biden wrapped up his final lap around Washington this week during his heartfelt farewell speech to the Democratic colleagues and to military leaders and the nation.
Mhm.
His appearance carried like a bittersweet undertone as the president, Joe Biden, delivered his farewell speech to the nation on Wednesday. This wasn't the ending he had envisioned for his half-century long career,
Yeah,
in public service. He didn't think it was going to go down like that.
Sleepy
But
Joe.
yeah. But Monday, Biden left the office still convinced that he had more to
More to
contribute,
do.
to his accomplishment. So he didn't want it to
Yeah.
go out like that. But he didn't think that his stamina and his health would contribute to this. So
No. The points he looked like he was down in a lot of the points.
yeah,
Trump, yeah, it was not only about the health thing, it's sad that happened, but he was
he
down
was down.
in a lot of
Yeah,
down
and then
in
he
a
left
lot of the
Kamala
points.
Harris with the bag, like,
Yeah.
what we gonna do? So
Yeah,
he
trying to
spoke
cross
at a
over.
South. Yeah, he spoke at a South Carolina church Sunday,
Mhm.
uh, and his presidency just came to a close. So we wish him well,
Yes.
and his family or whatever.
Yep.
And that's it. Thanks
Yep.
for your
Well,
service, Joe. That's
yeah.
all I can
Thank you.
say, man.
Thank you,
That's all
Joe.
I can say with that, man. That's all I can say for
How
Sleepy
you do
Joe.
the end? Yeah, how you do the end of the show? Respects Sleepy Joe in, Sleepy Joe out.
Yeah,
You know, how you
yeah,
be cutting it
quick.
off. That's
Yeah,
it. Cut
yeah.
it off quick. Joe is done.
Oh
He can
man, so
relax
let's
now,
get
man.
into our sponsors, man, because our sponsors is helps us build a stronger platform here in this industry, and we just want to thank our sponsors, man.
Today's episode is sponsored by Dubby Energy Drinks. Dubby allows you to have faster reaction time paired with laser-sharp focus without the jitters or a crash. If you want to start winning more, this is for you. The Premium Energy Drink Dubby.
Get 10% off your entire order from Dubby when you use coupon code Food for Thought, which helps support the podcast.
Yeah, scan that code, man. When you cash out at the end, put Food for Thought, man, and get 10% off. Also, scan that code in your right-hand top corner, upper right corner, for more information about this show. Scan that code up there at the top, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
man.
I think it went up. I think it was 10. I think it's like 15 or something like that. Got to double check the discount on the W.
Yeah. Just get in there and scan that, man. Scan that.
And then
Appreciate that.
Yeah, let that fly for a minute.
Yeah, man. So tonight on Food for Thought, we'll be diving into the tools, tactics, and mindsets needed to protect what matters most: your life and the life of those you love. Today, we're tackling an essential topic: self-defense. Whether it's through a responsible use of firearms or mastering hand-to-hand combat, being prepared is not just a choice, it's a responsibility. It isn't about fear, it's about empowerment, awareness, and making sure you're ready for anything life throws your way. Let's break it down together tonight here. On tonight's episode of Food for Thought, we're thrilled to have a very special guest with us. He is a licensed firearm instructor, trainer, and a passionate gun enthusiast. He brings years of expertise in the fire and safety training and education experience, making him an invaluable resource for anyone interested in responsible gun ownership.
Mm-hmm.
So let's open up about the self-defense and gun safety.
Yes.
Right? What's the right way to address it?
Mm-hmm.
So this is why we have in the building tonight, Marlon Tapper is in the building tonight. Marlon Tapper, where you at, baby? Hit your screen, Tapper.
I am here.
What's up, brother?
Yes,
What's up,
yes,
brother?
yes. What's up?
Good
What's
evening,
up?
guys.
How
All
you
right.
doing, man? And along
Thank
with
you for having
him,
me.
yes, and with
You're
him,
welcome.
his partner, brand ambassador of SDT Armory, which they both control and manage, Louis Santana, is also in the building with us. What's up, Louis? What's good?
Hello, good evening, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
We
Okay,
good,
okay.
man. We good.
Yes, sir.
How y'all doing today?
Pretty good.
Amazing.
Good,
All
good.
right. So first I want to start with tell the people who you are and where you come from, and let's start with Mr. Marlon Tapper. Let's start with you, brother.
Yes. I am originally born and raised in Jamaica,
Hmm.
and we started SDT around 2019. So we're about 6 years now.
Right,
And
right, right.
yes, and I started this company based upon one time. There was this time when I brought my son to the range,
Hmm.
and I was teaching him how to shoot. So just the joy of his face, seeing him hitting the target, I was
Hmm.
like, this is fun. He was really enjoying himself there. He was hitting his target the way he wanted to. And that's when I thought to myself, I could really actually teach this. And I was actually teaching it, but without it becoming a business.
Right.
Right, right,
And and then I decided that, you know what, let's just venture off into the business. And that's how I started.
right.
Okay.
Mr.
Okay.
Santana, you tell the people who you
Hello.
are, where you come from.
I'm from the Bronx, born and raised, lived in New York all my life. Uh, I've known Tapper for many years. Mr. Marlon Tapper, I've known him for many years. A very great friend of mine. Uh, how I got into guns a little bit. I joined the army at 18, and
Mm.
I got out. I always had an interest in it. I kind of dabbled with getting the permit for a while, and Marlon over here was like, "Why don't you get a permit?" And I'm like, I never really thought about that, and I ended up going through the process. I got my permit, and I've loved it ever since, man. So it's become a very big hobby of mine.
Good,
Okay.
good. Big up,
Okay.
big
Good.
up, big
Good.
up, big up.
I like to know. I like to know, Mr. Martin, since you said you took your son to the range, in your opinion, what is the best age to start taking your child to the range and putting something down the range? What's the best age?
I think the best age would be, it would even be about age. Is just, when they can hold the firearm, can stand up on the firing ring, because in some ranges the ledge that is there and the firing ring sometimes they're a little bit higher. So
Mhm.
Okay.
if the child is a little bit younger or smaller than that, then they wouldn't be able to shoot. They have to be over
Mm.
that ledge where they can shoot. So it's about the height. I wouldn't say about the
Oh,
age.
Mhm,
okay.
mhm.
Okay. The height. So
And
it's
it's
Yes.
and
like
it's
if
and
you're
it's
going to an
yeah,
amusement park, you know how you got to be a
right,
certain
right.
height to get on
Yeah.
the ride. That's
Yes.
like
Yeah.
that, like
Yes.
that. You got
And since you mentioned that, it's weird because you say you took your son there and stuff like that. And it's like we need more of our black and brown people to do that with their kids.
Yes.
hmm
Absolutely.
I look on I look on YouTube and I'm on all of these channels and I see uh other people bringing their kids there,
mm.
do
Yes.
firearm and shooting and taking apart guns and putting it
Yeah, it
back
went viral
together.
that video.
Yes.
And I'm like, where are people at?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
where are
Yeah.
people doing this, teaching
Yes.
our young folks these things and stuff like that. So it's just interesting that you said that, which was cool. I like that. That was
Yes.
cool.
Yeah. So what is like a typical session? Like when you wake up and a person to go to the studio, what is the steps that they do? They walk in and what's the first steps? How you train them?
All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
once they come into class, everyone is a little bit tense when they come into class because, of course, we're talking about firearms. So, there's a test, especially in our state, there's a test that you have to take at the end of the class. And most people don't want to fail on their first try.
Mhm.
So what we try to do is that we try to have them calm, try to have them relax in an environment where they feel like, okay, you're with a family member, or you're with
Uh-huh.
family and friends, or a group of friends. So that's the approach that we always take when we're going. So we have them introduce themselves to each other, and then before you know it, halfway down in the classroom, everyone is just laughing, talking, and
Mhm.
and someone or piggyback after someone. If someone is falling behind, we all come together and help that person to get up to a par where they need to be at, so they could successfully pass that written test.
And you guys are where? What state city y'all in?
So we're located in Connecticut, and the city is Milford.
Milford,
Oh,
Connecticut.
Milford, Connecticut.
Milford,
Okay,
Connecticut.
okay.
Okay.
So anybody in Milford, Connecticut, look these gentlemen up and give them a call, man. If you're interested in something like that and taking care of your family, taking care of yourself or protecting yourself,
Yes.
give these guys a call. These are good dudes, man. Santana, what does I don't want to say it. Let's see. I want to ask, what are the most important safety practices every gun owner should know and follow?
So there's the fundamental rules, never put your finger on the trigger unless you're ready to fire it. Always know what direction you're pointing the gun at. Never point it at a person. Always point it in a safe direction. Of course, if you're using the firearm and you're not shooting it, always make sure it's unloaded. You always definitely make sure it's unloaded. You want to prevent any accidental discharges. And just hammer on your fundamentals. Just keep safety in mind. Always, if it beyond your shooting, even because bullets can go through walls. Just always be mindful of where you keep the firearm pointed. Never put your finger on the trigger unless you're ready to fire. And if you're not using it, just keep it unloaded, keep it out of reach. If you're at home, put it away. Stuff like that.
What are some of the misconceptions that people have about firearm and firearm safety? Like, what are some of those things? Like Red Specs was saying, like, what are some of those other things?
The misconception
Yeah.
is that what I think is that people don't understand with firearms is that there's what Lewis was saying earlier was the four universal safety rules. As long as you have these 4 universal safety rules and you apply them every day, that is going to prevent a firearm accident or incident from happening.
Because they always say, the gun killed a person.
Yeah.
No.
You
No.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People kill
Yeah,
people,
that's a
not
person.
guns.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that's where the problem is that people don't really understand it. I understand being afraid of using a firearm because a lot of people are. My she's the same way. She like, I ain't touching it. I ain't doing none of that.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Which is understandable. But
And
don't
it
think
also-
don't
I'm
think
sorry, go ahead.
somebody who has a firearm is a bad person. And that's what some of us firearm people that bear arms get that feeling from others, that we're the bad people,
Actually, even in my classroom when I'm teaching fire about the pistol safety course, right? The firearm is just an equalizer. That's
Right.
all it's doing. All it's doing is just basically leveling the playing field,
Mhm.
right? So a firearm is
criminals.
a tool.
Mhm.
That's what it
Except
is.
for the
It's just a
criminal.
tool.
Mhm.
And most people think that, as you were saying, most people think that persons who carry firearms are bad guys. We're not out there looking for trouble. We're not out there searching for trouble. We're just saying we're putting ourselves in a position that should arise that if we're being attacked and our life is at cause, that we're able to defend ourselves. That's all it is.
Mhm. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. That's
Right.
that's definitely where I think your Second Amendment right comes in at.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people are not really aware of these things. And a lot
Absolutely.
of the states, they don't allow open carry or concealed carry. So some of these people go out and they go about it the wrong way, if you follow me.
Of course.
And they feel like they have no choice to protect themselves in this day and age. So they go out and they make the wrong choices by not registering and not, if your state you can't do anything. And that becomes a big problem.
Right.
Yes.
I feel like, to just go off of that, there's a lot of people who still don't know. In most states now, you can get a pistol permit. A lot of people just don't know, and I feel like, not that it's sometimes it's very hard to get information. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes when it comes to certain gun laws and stuff like that, like really look into it. Like.
Uh-huh.
You usually have like whatever the state police will have like a page on it or something like that. But other than that, you have to like kind of like go through like forums and like social medias, but like you have to like do your due diligence.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a little bit of a challenge for some people because it's not all out there. Like if you Google it, it's on the first page, like
Yeah.
and I feel like it's a very that's a big misconception. Going off on misconceptions is a lot of people just don't know how to get a gun. They genuinely don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And then also the laws make it hard, and and the laws make it so hard that they try to discourage you from purchasing these firearms.
Yeah.
So if you got to jump through 10,000 hoops, people gonna be like, "Yo, you know what? I ain't doing that." Or oh, you can't even take it over here. You can't even take it over here. You know what? I'm not even gonna bother with it. I'm not even gonna bother with it. And that's what happens. And that's what why a lot of people don't purchase firearms and stuff like that because of that. They don't want to go through all the hoops and stuff. It's crazy. The laws is crazy.
Yeah, I remember when I first came out here. I'm in North Carolina in the South, and you had to go to a sheriff's office and put in for it and do all of these different things. But then they changed the law, and it's like you just go to the store and purchase firearm. They do a background check, and you good to go. Open carry and knife. It's like South is wild.
I'm kind of iffy with that in a way because it's like,
yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah, we was talking about that the other day. About just going in the store with your license and say, "Here, I want that." Boom, and as long as you're over 21 or whatever, you get to bounce with it.
Yeah, let me bring them up on the story that we were talking about. This is how it started with me and my brother. Maybe you or Mr. Santana can answer that. But when I went to go purchase my firearm down here, me and my wife, they give you your carry permit, your purchase permit. So when I went to this particular store, picked out my firearm and paid for it, he took the permit, right? So now I'm standing in there. It's a lot of people that don't look like me, if you follow me. So I'm like, okay, I come from Harlem. Y'all can't trap me up like this. I walk out of here and boom, boom, boom. So I tell him I need my my paperwork back, because if I get stopped, then now he said, no, sir. He said you get stopped, they trace it with the serial number and they trace it back here. And that's how, and I'm like, no, they trying to trap me up. but that's how it was. He was like, yeah. So, and me and my brother was talking about that. He was like, "No, I don't know about that, D. I don't know." But
it's just like I just think if you can, I think everybody should get a permit. Everybody should at least learn how to handle a gun,
like a hard copy to walk around with.
Yeah, and know how to handle a gun. Shot it a couple of times, whatever. Went to class and all that. I think everybody should do that. That's just my personal experience. You got millions of people that disagree with that and think, I should just have a permanent. I go in the store, purchase what I want, do what I want, go where I want.
Yep.
And some of those I don't agree with that. So
I
absolutely, I don't agree with it. I think everyone should take that pistol safety course. Even in states where they have constitutional carry. So let's use Florida for an example. In Florida, there's a constitutional carry, all right, but they do encourage everyone to take that pistol safety course. They do encourage that. I hear them over and over saying, "Okay, we do encourage you to do that. Get that pistol safety course, because it's going to prevent, like I said, it's going to prevent an accident or incident from happening. Because once you start picking that 4 universal safety rules into your fundamental, which is going to be in your neural pathway, which is called muscle memory, then you're going to understand what we're talking about. It's not about just. It's not about just even if you do the class, it's not about just doing the class, getting that permit, getting the firearm that you want, and then just put it in a holster and stuck it on your waist, and then there you go. You have to come up with that local laws, that state law, that federal law. You have to educate yourself on that.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of courses cover like law, like knowing some of the law is very important when you own a gun. You know, it's
Mhm.
me
Yeah.
and him was talking about it. It's a responsibility at the end of the day. You know, like
Yes.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and a lot of those classes will teach will dabble into local law, and even they'll teach you other things outside of safety, like just like how to grip the gun properly. A lot of people don't know how to properly grip a firearm,
Mhm.
and
Right.
you know that can even be a safety issue if you can't properly hold the firearm. You know, how are you going to
Mhm.
shoot it? How are
Mhm.
you going to shoot your target? You know,
Yeah.
it can
Mhm.
be a safety hazard. You know, and I feel like even basic stuff like properly gripping
Holster.
the firearm, how to align
Holstering.
your sights, your 3-dot sights if you have the 3-dot sights. You know, how to
Mhm.
just fire. It's there's a lot that
Right.
goes into it. It's not just pulling the trigger, pointing it somewhere, and just pulling the trigger. There's a lot of things that go into it that you have to like learn.
Yes.
No doubt. Because I know when I was in class and you speak about the law stuff, and they hit on some of that law stuff, and I was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Now these are the things that the permitless carry people won't know, right? They won't
Right.
know these things because they haven't been in class. They just know to purchase their gun and go shoot if they have to, and that's it, to protect
Yeah.
themselves. But they don't know
Yeah.
anything else, you know. And then I think that's why people get jammed up too a lot, you know,
Oh yes.
because
Oh
they
yes.
don't know the laws, like you said,
Yeah.
which is
And
crazy.
Yeah.
and definitely because the laws, they vary from state to state.
Yes.
Mhm.
You could be
I
in
was just
New
about to say
Jersey
that.
and one thing, and then New York, it's a whole different ball game.
Oh
So,
yeah.
Even in city to city, you can go from one
oh
county
yeah.
or one county or one city to another. And
Yes.
sometimes some states have certain counties that enact their very own laws, and
Mhm.
you got to be mindful of what you do in those counties or cities because it may be legal in yours, but you step over the
Mhm.
border line, and now you're
It's
catching a
so
charge.
different.
You know.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's why I think that I don't know what you guys think, but I think that national reciprocity is a good thing for those who carry permits.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because like you said, you know, if I want to go from New York, New Jersey, oh my God, New Jersey is the worst laws I've ever seen. That's, why is there a New Jersey anyway? What that state shouldn't even exist. But they have some crazy laws. I heard one last week where somebody got a radio on or something. Oh,
No.
Superman. Oh, that was you. They have a law where they do a background check on you to get your firearm.
Mhm.
And now they want to do background checks on the people in your house. That's, you know,
Oh wow.
above 18 years old or whatever.
Wow.
My
They do that
thing
here
is,
in
if
New
you
York.
get, yeah, it doesn't make sense because if you're supposed to have a gun if you're 21 anyway.
Yes.
So what does it matter?
Eligible.
You know, they starting at 18 to do a background check for what?
Because
And
it
you're
could.
not even supposed to have a gun until you're 21. So these are the little things that they be doing that doesn't even make sense, you know.
Mhm.
It
So-
doesn't, and I feel like it stems. A lot of these politicians who write these laws know nothing about guns. They don't.
Mhm,
They don't
mhm.
understand it. So they don't want them.
They don't want
draft
'em.
these
That's
bills, and it's like me drafting a bill on, I don't know, like science or something. I don't understand science. Like, what am I doing
Mhm.
drafting a bill on science? You know, like
Mhm.
Mhm.
they just don't know. So that's why you have all these like really weird laws that really I feel like don't make sense because you
Right.
have somebody who doesn't understand it, who doesn't make sense when he talks about it. So now you have this bill that makes complete sense, and all these other politicians who sit in the chamber, they go, "Oh wow, this
Mhm.
sounds great. This sounds amazing. We're gonna save some lives doing this." When in all actuality, when you kind of like understand things and you sit there and you read it and you look at
Mhm.
it from a different perspective, you go, "This makes no sense." So
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Because the where you're supposed to carry a firearm, you can't. The biggest crime, the biggest, you know, where you should be carrying it at, they don't let you carry it there.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Where you should be protecting yourself, and a lot of crime and a lot of stuff is going on,
Mhm.
you know, like in New York City, you know, New York
And
State have no problem. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
It's
The
when you
noise
get down
crazy.
to New York City, when you get to the city, that's when it's nonsense.
and you
Right,
can't
like-
carry in the city, right?
No,
If you're
I
not
have a
law
city carry
enforcement or anything.
I mean you
I,
could get one.
You can get one. There's a lot of what they call sensitive locations.
Yes.
Now, a lot
Everywhere.
of these sensitive
Everywhere.
locations are being fought in court. And again, this is where the law gets confusing because the law is already written very vaguely. And that's to give kind of like law enforcement and the courts the power to kind of like determine how they're going to go about with this law. So like for a sensitive location, you can't carry on the subway, can't carry on buses, you can't carry on any restaurant that serves alcohol, stuff like that. You can't carry in parks, you can't carry in churches. It used to be you couldn't carry unless the business stated, but they fought that and they won that law. So now you can carry in like businesses and stores and stuff. But before, when they first passed the law, you couldn't carry in any stores. Now you can. There's a few other things I'm missing, like government buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah, some things make sense though. Some things make sense. I'm not gonna go in the fire with my firearm in a police station, or you know what I mean. You know, a government building and stuff like that, school or whatever.
Now,
But
are they supposed to have them signage up? Like you said, suppose you walk in not knowing, are they supposed to have signage up in New York?
So when that law was in effect, they did have signs up. Now that the law, they thought that you don't really see it. But a few places I still see the signs. Like if you go, there is a police store not too far from here that's also a licensed firearm dealer, and they still have the sign up that you can carry here legally and stuff like that. But that's really the only place I've seen it. But they struck the law down, so I mean, they was able to fight it. You know.
I also seen another law. I don't know if you guys seen it and if it's true or whatever. It had to do with schools and churches, right? So one of the laws say you can't carry in a school and you can't carry in a church. But if a church have a school in it, you could carry it in a church. Or if a church have a school in it, you could carry it in the school. It's weird. It's some weird, funky law. Yeah, some weird, funky law like that, man. It's just weird. It's just weird. You know, so I don't know. It's just I was just wondering if y'all heard that because I seen that somewhere.
I didn't hear that. No, I'm gonna be honest with you, no.
Yeah. And if just to piggyback off of what you were saying, if you notice that most of these sensitive areas, like school, I won't agree with school, but if you're looking at churches, we've seen this all over happening over and over and over. Like most shooting take place, what you said, active shooter or mass shooting take place in churches. Yeah, we had one a couple years ago. I think the gentleman was Dylan Roof, if I'm saying this properly, and. These are so you find that even my church itself that I do attend to, you know, I kind of like pointed out to my pastor, like, you know, we can, you know, try to do something in it, but it's something that we're still in the talk for. We're still in talking about it. We haven't made a conclusion as yet what we're going to do.
I think that's an excellent idea. Excellent idea.
Oh yes.
I think that's an excellent idea. And
what do you think? What do you think about? Because I heard something about the teachers having firearms in school.
I don't know about that.
I mean, they get training, they get the same thing, but
they get the training. And
I agree with that 100%, and the reason why I do agree with it because, like I said, coming from a standpoint where the police are going to be responsible. I mean, now that we're seeing that wherever there's a shooting, the police are getting on scene like really, really fast. We're seeing that right now. But I think that between that gap between that 911 call and the shooting and the active shooter that is present, I think that if the teacher is qualified enough and get the adequate training that they need, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Because if we're going to talk about a school shooting, you'd never see a school shooting in New York. Ever. And the reason for that is because of the safety of we have the safety officers that are there, the metal detectors that are there. You see that here in New York, but down south you would never see school with metal detectors and stuff like that. And that's where I agree with. Okay, I think teachers who are qualified, and once they're qualified and they get the adequate training, they should go about doing that.
I remember in high school. I remember in high school, Respect Park West, we did have the officers, the school safety officers, but we did have a police officer there.
Yeah, I remember that.
On the premises, we had one police officer on the premise there. I remember. So, and that I graduated. I don't want to tell you when I graduated, but yeah, that was so. And they make a big deal. I look at it like when they say schools, how is that going to bring what elementary schools, high school, and then when it comes to high school, then you got teenagers with these different attitudes, excuse me, different problems, mental. So then we start stepping into something different. You know what I'm saying?
You start stepping into military school, like
Yeah.
something like that, maybe like, you know, like a
Yeah.
military type of, and you know, I don't know if parents is going to agree with that. They go, yeah, my school is not a military school where everybody got guns now in the school. So
yeah, it's a sticky situation. You know,
yeah.
the young youth, like the kindergartens and sixth grade, but even sixth grade now, some of these kids in the Midwest that was carrying out these heinous acts, they young kids, and they coming with firepower. They coming with firepower. I mean, it's a real serious thing to think about, and everybody's nervous about it. And look, there was just a shooting this week,
Yesterday.
right?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that in like Tennessee, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I know.
So, Mr. Santana, how do you tailor your training programs, to suit different experience levels, like from beginner to advanced? How you guys
I don't really do the training. Marlon Tapper
well,
really does the
Tapper,
training.
okay, so Tapper, how you get that going?
All right. So for training, how we do we differentiate between entry level or that's the question you're posing?
Right.
So two of the things that we do, we don't go. So there's other instructors who do like different training. For us, it's just just the basic pistol training you do. So just to get the permit. And then we have another session that we do for persons who have already got their permit, but just want to brush up on their skills, which is called the target acquisition. Those are the two trainings that we do.
Okay, so it doesn't have nothing to do with age, like younger folks.
No, because we even have junior classes too for persons who are 16 and older. We have junior classes. If anyone that is under the age of 16, they only get just the pistol permit safety course. That's all it is. They don't get a certificate or anything like that. 16 is the same thing. They do the certificate. We might take them out to the range to have them train, of course, consent by parent. And we take them out, but they don't get a certificate. Certificate only comes at the age of 21 and older.
And that's target. That what you said. That phrase was target acquisition.
Target acquisition, yes.
Okay. Now look for some of that stuff down here. Do you, yeah, I'm in the state, so I remember when I came down here, I seen everybody holding. I said, "What in the world?" They was even holding them big Rambo knives. I'm like, what in the world is going on here? You know what I'm saying? It was a new world. What would you say? I know it depends on the individual, but how many hours of target training and preparation would you say for average person coming in? Look, how many hours should they put in?
So we usually schedule for 2 hours because, to be honest, 2 hours on the range shooting is still not enough time. Okay. But it's still so if they pay for example, if they have a target acquisition and within the first hour or two we're still not acquiring what we're training to do, we would sometimes have them come back, or sometimes we stretch it out. We could stretch it out to 4 hours, but the goal is for them to reach their ideal goal and be comfortable in shooting, discharging the firearm, handling the firearm. So once they reach that point, now they can be on their own, because a lot of persons, you find a lot of persons are at the range and they're training and they ask them, okay, what are you training for? What is your goal? What is the goal of what you're training for? Most people don't have an idea. They're just trying to shoot the target and hit the target. But how do you acquire your target? How do you properly hold the firearm? How do you squeeze the trigger instead of pressing the trigger? Those are the fundamentals into it. So we try to fine tune that little part in the shooting fundamental.
Okay.
Right. So you plan on open your own range outdoor? I heard you were saying that before to me.
Yes. In the future, we're working on that.
That'll be nice.
Yeah. Now is what would you guys recommend? Is going to one of these firing ranges, you know, to practice and dump some stuff down the range on a periodic time frame? Like, how many hours would you need to do something like that? Like, for example, taking my wife to the range and having the instructor show her and do, how many hours do you think she would need, or a person would need to
Or how many times a month or year or
yeah, how
whatever?
many times a month?
Good.
How much do we go there? How much time?
So
Thank you, Bishop.
training, you can't put a time on training. If we're going to do that, looking at a comparison between our persons from a military background, they'll tell you that you train every single day once you're on base. So training has no time limit to say, okay, just 2 hours or 3 hours. I would say put in training. You have to train consistently. That's how you're going to, like I said, that's how you're going to perfect your shooting. Is just constantly training. I would say that if it's the average person working, maybe 1 or 2 times per week, maybe 2 to 3 hours, depending on what they have going on in their life. Some people can do half an hour, some people can do an hour, but you shoot a lot of rounds in 1 hour. You believe it or not, we're talking maybe 300, 400, 500 rounds in just 1 hour.
And home protection, shotgun, handgun, obviously close quarters, far quarter. Yeah.
Right.
Respect.
Right.
No,
You know what I like.
Every
I know what he like.
Every time there was someone asked me this question, I always ask the scenario. So you have to paint the scenario for me. Are we talking about one intruder?
I'm talking.
Or
I'll
multiple
give you
intruder?
multiple intruders. Multiple intruders, 2 different areas of entry.
So
Meaning
if
front door and let's say a kitchen window.
AR-15 all the way.
Ooh.
AR-15 all the way. AR-15 all the way.
Yes, Lord.
The sweeper.
AR-15 all
The
the way.
sweeper.
And if you don't have an AR-15, then I would say a semi-auto shotgun.
Okay, not like a
Semi-auto shotgun.
How about the Mossberg? See,
Mossberg, which one? We're talking the 590?
590.
Yeah, that's a beautiful gun too. That's a
Top
semi-auto
of the
too.
line. Top
She
of the
loves.
line.
She likes that.
Yes.
She likes that. So
Mossberg is a great brand. It's
Very
a very
reliable.
good brand. Yes.
I got a
It's
little.
good. It's still good. A Mossberg is still a good option. If
Right.
it's there's spread when you shoot a shotgun, it spreads. There's some spread, so you can if it's up close
Hit
and
more.
personal, a weapon with spread is going to do a lot of damage. Very much damage up close. And you can get
what you think about?
the 590, I believe, holds seven shells. So, 7 shells can do a lot of damage for multiple people. You're going to run out a lot quicker than an AR.
Quicker,
You're going to have
yeah.
30 rounds versus 7 rounds, but
Yes.
you can.
Yeah.
Plus that extra clip with that AR.
Yeah.
Right to the side.
Right to the side.
That's
What do
it,
you
right
think
to
about the
side.
Remington 870 tactical?
Remington is good too. That's a good brand. I think I love all guns. I love all guns. I love all guns. There's not a specific gun that I would say I'll choose over the other, or a specific brand that I'll choose over there.
Right.
As long as it works, and I train with the rifle or pistol or whatever that it is, and I'm competent in using it, then by all means. Some people would use a pistol for home defense. Do I recommend it? No. I would recommend you use the pistol to get to the AR or to the shotgun. But
That's with respect, Stone.
yeah. So
That's with respect.
the pistol is at your bedside. You use that to get to the rifle or to the shotgun. But if I'm going to choose, if it's going to be my personal choice, I would go for my AR.
Yeah. Yep. And when she said the Mossberg, and I was looking at the AR, it got so much of a bad name that it kind of like makes me like,
the AR,
they don't think you're going to go get that joint. But I just loved it, But I'm like, damn, man, I really got to I got to kind of convince her now.
Yeah. And you got to convince, like I got to convince my wife to shoot the shotgun.
Mhm.
because I'm always telling them if somebody come in that door
Yeah.
and you can't get to yours and you can get to my shotgun first, you have to know the power of that gun.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
You
feel
can't
that.
just for that first time, you can't shoot it that one time. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because that's a powerful motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you gotta go to the every time we go to the range, she don't want to shoot it. I said, you're gonna have to because
Yeah.
you gotta know what it feels like when you
Like,
fire it.
Yeah.
You
For
know
the
what I'm saying?
recoil.
So yeah.
Muscle memory. That's part of the muscle memory. You feel
Yeah.
it. You know what it feels like. You know what it does. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. No
And
doubt.
you
No
got to
doubt.
get comfortable with it, and take it apart. You know what I'm
Mm.
Oh
saying?
yeah.
Look at the
No
springs, or
doubt. No doubt.
you know,
So
you got to do it.
we speaking of gun safety. So I got this clip, man, that I want to show you guys, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna take it apart, and you guys tell me what you guys think from there. Okay.
All right.
And choices we got in life, those were your and choices we got in life, those were your choices.
Oh no, I don't want to play.
And choices we got in life, those were your choices.
Let's see. For some reason.
And choices we got in life, those were your choices.
Well, anyway, it's a a clip where a gentleman, he was in a podcast and he shoots himself, right? So not himself, but he shoots through his pants because he was fumbling in his pocket or whatever, and the gun went off.
Not in the holster.
What do you guys think about that? Carrying it in your pocket, bare, just like that.
No
So
holster, no nothing.
So in
Irresponsible.
most states require you to.
Hold on, because we kind of something is going on here because I don't even hear you guys no more. Hold on.
We talking that talk. We getting that the education out to the people. They don't want it there. We talking that
One,
talk.
2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Can you guys hear me?
Mic check.
1, 2, 1, 2.
We got you, Mr. Santana.
Can you hear me?
Sorry.
Yeah, we got you too.
Okay.
Main. Guys, hear me? Hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes,
got you.
we can
You got
hear
me?
you.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Y'all can hear me?
Yes.
sir.
Yeah,
No?
we got you.
This is weird. What's going on here,
We
man?
got
Okay, I can't hear nobody. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh yeah,
We hear
you
you.
good.
Sorry about that, folks. We just having some technical difficulty. I don't know
We
what's going
live
on
here.
here.
Yeah,
So
we
everything
live here. You
was
back with us?
fine. Let me see. Fine system.
So how long you guys have been
sound.
in doing the firearms?
Wow.
It's weird. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Like working together?
One,
Like how long
two.
you guys have been working together?
So
4
I
years
started.
now?
Yeah.
Me and
4
you
years.
together? Yeah.
Yes.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1,
I would
2.
say about
4 years. Yes. 4 years.
2025. Wow. Time is flying.
4 years. That's a
4
long time. I think respects we live, so everything can go live. And he got the brains over there. So the brains meaning the motherboard and all of that stuff he control, and I control a few things here. Let's see. Respect, you there? You in? Stand by. Let's see.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yes. I don't think he can hear us.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Can you hear me?
All right. So why I can't hear you guys now? I've been trying to fix this thing. I can't hear
That's
you
'cause-
guys now.
That's because you're running your
I
mouth,
see.
man.
I see a lot of mouths moving out there.
Let's take.
I don't
Hold on.
hear
Let me
nobody.
get them
Hold
up.
on. 1, 2. All right. I'm gonna go out and come back in. You guys stay on the platform.
Okay.
Sure.
While he tries to do that, let me hit you guys up with something. He's back yet? Oh no. All right. Well, until he comes back, what are some of the best ways that gun owners, responsible gun owners, can stay up on technology, on different, information and technology on owning a firearm? Like, for instance, do you prefer having a laser sight on a pistol? You know, is that a good thing for a gun owner? I was always taught they'll be able to see you first with that laser.
Yes.
True,
Yes.
you can see it. You can see it. It's like a little red line sometimes too when you could see it.
Yeah.
A lot, you know.
So it gives up where you're at. It gives up that element of surprise. That's what I was told.
Yes.
Right. A
What's your-
flashlight would be a. Oh, I'll go.
Say that again.
Nah. You wanna go?
All right.
No.
So it all depends on how you're using the laser. If you're using it at a tactical standpoint. So, for example, we all learned that once you fire down range or at your intended target, you're not supposed to be standing at where you fired from. So you're supposed to be stepping off that X. So, for example, if you use a laser to acquire your target and you say you fire downrange, you shouldn't be standing there once you fire downrange. You should be moving from that location. So that is what we call stepping off the X. So you're here, you fire downrange, you move from that location, stepping whether side lateral or left or right, and then continue. It's the same thing when you're
Never
using a
forward.
light. Yes,
Never
so
forward.
no, it depends, because remember, if someone is shooting at you, you need to find cover or concealment.
Mhm.
So if you're standing out in the open and you're firing downrange, you should not be standing there, because the
return.
Yeah, the return is going to come back towards where they last see the light or laser.
Yep. Yeah.
It's like boxing, kind of like
Yes.
Yes.
You never stay in the same spot, you know.
Well, I'm back, fellas. I don't know what happened on my side.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I don't know what happened on this side, man. So
I was getting ready to hit you with one of those cheers, I was getting ready to get you, boy.
All right, let's see if this video is gonna come back with us, man. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
And choices we got in life, those were your choices. Who shot who? Somebody got shot?
I hope y'all good. Damn, Brody. Good. What the fuck?
Hey, only on the dirty third, one-on-one with Mike D. I thought my nigga shot me.
Everybody good?
Damn, everybody good?
I hope.
Oh man.
Lucky.
Yeah, welcome back to the show, man. And where our guest is licensed firearm instructor and trainer, gun enthusiast Marlon Tapper, and his partner Louis Santana. We here, and we just seen this video, and so a rapper accidentally fires a gun in his pants doing a live podcast show. Let's break it down. Let's break that clip down, fellas. What do you think happened there?
So his first mistake was carrying that firearm without a holster. Most states require you to have your firearm in a holster. I don't know if he's legally carrying or illegally, but whatever case it is, that firearm should be in a holster. Not only that, but nothing else. If you're going to carry it in your pocket, not saying that it's right to do, but if you're going to do it, nothing else should be in that pocket. No keys, no pennies, no pens, nothing.
And not your finger playing with it, like he was kind of like when he was digging, he had his fingers in it,
Yeah.
So can you tell the FFT audience at that point, from your experience, from your knowledge, would you say he had a safety on or safety off?
It depends on what type of firearm it is, because if it's a firearm without a external safety, then say if we're going to looking for something like a striker fire, like say Glock, just conversation
Okay.
purposes, then the
Mhm.
safety would be in that trigger. So the
Yeah.
safety is in the within the trigger itself. So his finger must have been squeezing onto that trigger for it to discharge.
And then he's fumbling around with in his pocket again
Again
for it
after
to go
what
off
happened.
again. Or
And a lot of these striker fire pistols have very light triggers.
oh Lord,
It's like a 4-pound, 5-pound trigger on a lot of these. They're very light triggers. It's not like a
right?
double action pistol. The trigger is a bit heavier. These are like 4 or
Yes.
5-pound triggers. They can. That's why you can't have nothing in the pocket, because it can very easily just be make a little slight movement and it's gonna go off.
It's
because
gonna go
it's
off.
a light trigger.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the guy, the podcast host, he just kept it going, man. It's like
Yeah, he looking
he just kept
around.
it going though. But
So
but my
I'm
thing
saying
is,
too, he
yeah,
had
go
to
ahead,
have
go ahead.
one in the he had to have one hot.
One in the chamber.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
of
he
course. That's
had
why it
to.
went off. Yeah, that's why it went
Yeah,
off.
like
Yes.
what? Like you got that in your pocket. For me, like he ain't got no safety on it, and you got it hot. You got one hot. That's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Without a holster.
Without
Yeah,
the host,
without oh yeah, the
it's a
fourth thing
holster
without a
with a
holster.
the holster with
Yeah.
a
Because the
secure
holster is going to protect the trigger. There's gonna,
trigger,
it's gonna
yeah.
a good
Right,
holster.
right.
Excuse me,
Yes.
because not all
Right.
holsters
Yeah.
do it, but a good quality holster should completely 100% cover the trigger so that there's no
Right.
interference into that trigger
Right.
volume.
Right. And then what's crazy about the show is that it was pre-recorded. It wasn't live. So the guy turns around and you post this on air. How you know the situation of Homeboy?
Mhm.
Yeah.
How you know if he was a licensed owner? What if he,
Yeah.
criminal record or whatever the case may be? You just done turned them in right now because the cops done seen it or somebody seen it. So they coming to get you, boy. They coming to get you. Oh man, that was crazy.
What do you gentlemen feel about the biometric type safes, fingerprints, eye scanners, the ones they have for the home and all of that, as far as part of safety while you're in your home, storage for you. How do you guys feel about that? Is it quick to get to? Is it a deterrent because you have to either put your hand on it, fingerprint on it, put on, a couple of codes in? What's your opinion on it?
Right. That's a good question, because Lewis and I were talking about this a couple years ago, and
I have one too, so
so
that's what I'm
it's
asking.
good in somewhat way, but I don't recommend them because let's think of it from a different standpoint. What if you are bleeding? How would you open that case if you are bleeding? Because now you're covered in blood. Your fingerprint is not going to be able to scan with that. So it's good.
See, the one I have, 3 ways to get in. You have a key, right? You have a
fingerprint
code,
and
a 3-digit code, or you can use the fingerprint. And the fingerprint, you can use 2 different prints, up to 45 different entries for 45 different people. So you have, but still in all, like how fast am I going to be ready to draw and get, you know what I'm saying? If
your heart is pumping, the adrenaline is rushing.
Going, so now I'm hitting that button, I'm snapping. Now, if I hit the button and it snap up, I'm good. But if I hit the button and it don't, split seconds make a whole difference.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I got it. My son's Marine, he got it for me. I seen it, I liked it, cool. But now after years, I'm like, okay, I can't draw quick enough for this. So I want to find out what's there that I can draw quick from. I can put it somewhere where I want it, put it at and get to it split second. Besides sleeping with it on the holster.
I've seen one safe where it's like a bunch of buttons on the corner, and you like put a certain like you put like 2 fingers here, 1 finger here, and it'll open it. So you just click it like this. You click the certain amount of buttons. I forgot the name of it. A friend had showed me.
Oh, I gotta check that
and
out.
you click it. You like put certain fingers down in a certain location, and it opens it. A safe is very good for keeping people out of it. Really,
Yeah.
you know, like
Okay.
I have a son. You know, like he's 3 years old. He's curious. You know, like he's a very curious kid. You know, you gotta.
Yeah.
It's good for keeping unauthorized, would be the word, unauthorized people away from it. You know, it keeps people away from it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I say. But like Tapper was saying, like if your hands is moist or bleeding or whatever, you ain't got time. You might forget the 6-digit code because some of them got 6 digits. I'm like, really? You're gonna think about
that, yeah.
6
Yeah,
digits
that's yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
So that
Nah, I
makes a
got
difference too, man, because you got you
3
know
to
your
4 the
adrenaline is
most.
pumping.
Yeah.
And like AK said, you got people coming in both ways.
Yeah, both ways.
You can't get in with that fingerprint thing, and now you're trying to think of 6-digit code.
Yeah.
You're like, yo,
you're fumbling.
Nah.
You're just fumbling.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's dangerous.
Yeah,
So
for me, you
before
definitely have to have more than one way to get into them joints.
Yeah, man. Before we continue, I have to get BK Pinky in the building. This is our street news advisory. Pinky, what's up? What's good, baby?
What's going on, everybody? What's going on?
How you doing? Good evening. Hello.
Good
Yeah,
evening,
man. I
fellas.
don't
Good
know.
evening.
Yeah, I don't know if you was watching the show, but we just going over some safety and firearm prevention, you know, and stuff like that, man.
Yeah, I was watching the show. I came in watching the show and getting some pointers. I'm from New York, and it's different from my Alpha Moon in North Carolina. State got different stuff. I've been trying to. Me and my wife was talking about it.
Yeah.
Getting a firearm or whatever. Stuff that we need to go do to get the firearm.
Yeah.
So why is it so like I don't know, like
Hard.
it's different hard in New York. Like it's
New York,
it's
because it's
crazy
New York.
because it's New York.
New
It's
York.
like why
New
it's so
York.
hard, bro? It's just crazy. It's like you got to go through a lot. Like
I
really
feel like
a
it
lot
has to do a lot
get
with
it.
like culture, especially in like the upper echelons of like the government, like the state legislators and like the mayor. They're very against it. You know, it's these elected
Right.
officials. They're the ones who draft it and make it that way. You know, they want it to be difficult.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy. Santana, how do you guys stay updated on the latest firearm technology and training techniques? Where do you guys go, or how do you keep up with that?
So there is social media forums that are at like local level. Like there's a New York Guns forum. I'm also a member of what's called the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association, which is actually the association who won the lawsuit. It was the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin, which is how we was able to now get the pistol permits in the state of New York. And they send out like a newsletter. Every state has like a little firearms association. Like Connecticut has one. Every state has one, and it's like a $30 a year membership, and they send out newsletters and they tell you what changes are. You know, these local forums, they'll when bills are introduced at the state or local level, they'll like post it like, hey, this has been introduced, this is going to this, and this person introduced it. So you gotta kind of like stay on top of it. Like Reddit's a very good source. Reddit has a like dedicated like New York Guns, like Connecticut Guns. They have very dedicated state servers for these things.
Right.
And you stay on top of it. You keep reading because these things change by the day.
I guess you got to stay in into like a little clique, a little group that's doing the same thing, like in order to, because if you outside of it, like you said, you got to do so much to try to keep up on top of things. But if you're in some kind of,
it's
as soon
constant.
as
They're constantly changing it.
Yeah. What I did when I came down and had to go to the sheriff's department and do all of that stuff, I joined and emailed, where they send you literature and the different changes on the laws in the state where you at. That's what I did. And they always send me emails and different updates on different laws and, So I figured that's that's really good there. So
Mhm.
and also I would like to know, do you think it's good to join a gun club? And the reason why I say that is when I go to different ranges, it's like me if I'm going to the gym and work out. I like to be in a comfortable environment where I'm used to and I go every day and I mean I'm familiar with the surroundings. Do you think that's a good thing to do or just bounce around to different uh you know gun
I've
places
heard
and
very mixed things on gun clubs. Like
Mhm.
they're very very mixed bag, and I think that depends on the location. New York has a very small gun community where it's very small. Before
Yeah.
Bruin, the Bruin decision that allowed people to get pistol permits, there wasn't a lot of people who had them. So unless you were like a cop or something,
Mm.
you wasn't getting it. So I feel like it's a very small audience. There's like a gun club by me, and they want like $12,000 a year or something like that. And I'm like, no
Wow.
way, I'm not
Wow.
paying that.
Wow.
That's crazy. I'm
Wow.
not
That's
paying
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It might
that.
be a
I,
it
I
might
hope
be
it
a
has a golf
militia.
club on there. Golf range.
Let's
And
hope so too.
also you need those nines like in face off, the gold
Yeah,
nines. The two
because
go
I
for
because
that.
I because I go play golf and some of these golf places
The
courses is like,
membership.
yeah, the membership is like what you just said.
That
That
And
is
I
sound
true.
like a member.
I'm
That
good
sound
with
like
that.
a membership from a militia, man. For
Yeah.
real.
Yeah,
It's
you're buying
crazy.
into you're buying into it, and I'm like, no,
Buy
that's
into the
crazy.
cult, man.
Oh man, they should get a
Yeah,
free
See,
gun with that.
yeah,
see,
That
man.
price.
A
speaking
free
of that,
mask.
speaking of that, y'all might laugh at me, but listen, I'm putting it out there because AKA Papa Moon really need to know. Because I told my brother what I wanted to do out here, which is, especially when the weather gets warm, they have a lot of um what you call those gun where they sell the guns and all of that kind of stuff like
Gun
that.
shows.
No
Okay,
show,
Yes,
so
thank you, thank you.
auctions,
Yes, yes.
shows.
See, I can't
Okay.
even say it right. I get nervous.
I got one
A
down the
lot
block
of
right here.
yeah, a lot of
Uh-huh.
the gun shows. But me from Harlem, you know what I'm saying? And where I'm at, I'm like, I'm not going out there unless I go with a couple of brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know,
Yeah.
what's going on and
Right.
stuff like that. So do you think it's good to, participate in those type of things where, they selling the guns and stuff like that? Because I heard you get some nice stuff. I just don't know if they
Yes.
falling off Putin's truck or what.
So
I heard you can
yeah,
get a lot of surplus guns through gun
yes,
shows. Yeah, right.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
a lot of surplus guns.
Yeah,
Mm.
and it's cheap and everything. It's just that
Yeah, but do it work? It can be cheap.
No,
do it work.
Do it
But I'm
work.
saying, Pinky, do it work. Who you gonna argue with if it don't work?
All right,
And they
right.
all happy. Who you gonna argue
yeah,
with?
yeah. But most of the gun shows, because we have one up here where I live upstate, and most of them are like gun shops, big big people that come there from the NRA and
Yeah.
different shops and stuff, and so they have, it's not guns that coming from the street, hopefully,
Mhm.
but it's not no guns that they got from the cops and now they trying to sell it or whatever. It's not coming
Have
from
it
the
in
street.
Schumacher special.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know
it's
how
right,
not
your
coming
right.
brother
from the
get.
street, so it's good. Yeah. And
I'll be looking for the serial numbers. Like, yo, don't scratch nothing off. I don't even want to see an edge
Uh-huh.
off.
And just to touch topic, what AK was saying about going there with other brothers, you find that the most gun shops are wherever they're selling firearms, or even in the range itself. It's usually the most safest place. You find the
Mm.
kindest people here. It's
Mhm.
always safe. Do you have one or two things that happening at negative discharge? Yes, it does happen, because remember, we're
Mhm.
having people that are using the firearm, but it's usually 100% safe
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
at gun shows
yeah.
and,
Well,
and at gun ranges.
I
I
told
seen
AK, man, I said, listen, you gotta get you gotta come from from that city mode, man. And you done moved to, moved to the suburbs, you moved in the woods or whatever with the deers and the bears, and you gotta
Oh
get
yeah,
out of
man. I
that,
seen
man.
him.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
gotta get out of
My
he
that.
need a shot.
my little
He need
son.
a
I just
shotgun then.
moved. Me and my wife just brought a house. So where we were at, you know, there was houses and everything. We was in a townhome, and then we moved to a house.
Yeah.
So in the townhome area, you hear them shooting off stuff and stuff. So my youngest son came, he came down for Christmas. So now we sitting there, the backyard, there, and all of a sudden he hear, "Shh, boom, boom." He jumps up. He said, "What the hell?" So, and we're just going about our regular business. He said, "Now, Dad, you know y'all hear that? Y'all acting like everything is okay." I said, "It ain't like you ain't never hear no gunshots before. They act like testing their guns in the woods or something." He said, "Yeah, but at least there's project buildings we can hide behind. Here, everything is open."
Yeah. We're just not
Hey,
dropping
they
down on the
laugh.
floor like we used to.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You remember them days, right, T?
They start shooting in the projects, man. You better get on the floor. It's one coming through the
That's
window.
what he was saying. He was
window.
like, "Yeah, but at least you can get down here. You ain't getting down on the I'm like, man, they ain't even think they be in the woods, which is kind of weird for me. Like, and it must be because all you hear, man, they be letting off some cannons. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And like Respect said, I'm a city boy. It's dark out there. I'm not going out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying right here.
I know guys. I know guys that we touched up on it a little bit earlier, but I want to ask again, what do you think about the current state of gun laws and the regulations, the Second Amendment, and what is your take on the concealed carry national reciprocity? I know it's a lot in that sentence, but
Good question, Bishop.
Yeah.
because that's what's going on now, and a lot of people want to know, because like you said, all these regulations and laws are changing. So
yeah,
what do you guys think about it?
For the national reciprocity, which is considered the constitutional carry, I agree with that 100%. And you find that most people that I've encountered with, and we have this, we go into dialogue about this conversation, is that they say that our personal safety shouldn't stop at state line. We should be able to defend ourselves anywhere we go. And
say that again. Say that again. Say that again.
Yeah. So they're saying that their personal safety shouldn't be stopped at state line, and they should be able to protect themselves anywhere they go. And you find a lot of people that even persons who live in different states like Massachusetts or Connecticut or New Jersey, and they're going to New York, they can't go to New York because they don't have a permit to carry in New York. So they're most vulnerable in New York.
Right.
Yep.
They safer at home. They safer where they at. Once they go past there, they like that's no man's zone. You don't know what's going on over there.
And it's a felony.
You the op.
You're legal in one state, and the next state you're committing a big felony. It's
right.
It's ridiculous. It from a standpoint, it is very ridiculous because why if I do something where I'm from and it's illegal 5 meters away, like 5 miles away, it's nuts,
Yeah. And then it's crazy too because if you're driving, a lot of people don't know what's the state line.
That's how you get caught up.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you get caught in that.
That's how you get
people don't know. Okay, if I make this right turn, I'm in Jersey now. I didn't know that. I thought I'm still in New York, and I made a right turn, and now I'm in Jersey.
Yep.
People don't know that.
The streets look the same to me. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
and that's how people get caught up.
You get caught up.
You can't carry. The thing I don't understand. You can't. It's like you have say you get a gun license in New York, but you can't carry in a school. You can't carry in a church. You can't carry it here. You can't carry it. Where can you carry it?
That's what we were saying earlier.
Yeah. That's what we're saying before.
That's like
discourage you from buying it.
It is
from
to discourage you.
Right. So you might not even have it. Like it makes sense.
I mean, it serves that purpose.
Well, see that attitude there, right there. What you just said, Pinky.
At home.
Right. What that attitude? What you just said right there is what they want you to say.
Yes.
What's the point of having it? I might as well. That's what they want. This is why this is why they do all of this stuff.
So still have it. You could go to the range, practice, sharpen up on your skill, and then come back, put it in the safe.
Listen, I'm like this. Y'all can put me through all the hoops you want. I'm still gonna get my shit. You know what I mean? Okay, you want me to do this? I gotta pay for this. I gotta renew this. I can't carry it over here. I can carry it. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. There's people
So,
out there, lawyers and people out there trying to help it out, trying to change things. So,
Yeah.
Most
And
likely
it
we
still
get
serves
things
its
changed.
purpose. You go. I go out. I go to the store. You still have it. You can run most. I run most of my errands with it. Still, I'm able to. I mean, there's a few times. I'm like, dang. I can't. Like, if I'm going out to a restaurant that serves some alcohol, like, all right, I can't. Whatever. I'll cut my
Yeah.
loss. It's cool.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right, right.
If I take the very few times, I rarely take the subway, but the few times I do take it, I'll leave it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the felony at the end of the day. But
right.
it serves its purpose.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so in New York, can you any one of you gentlemen discuss? I don't know if you touched on it, but like the discuss the legal responsibilities of carrying a firearm now in New York, because I mean I had to step out for a minute, but I know they have changed the laws there, right? Where anybody can, will be able to carry a firearm.
Right. So as long as you meet the requirements, and it's a bit of a process to get it. You have to submit a lot of paperwork. It's a lot
I
of
heard there's a
paperwork.
lot of paperwork.
Yeah, New
It
York
is.
City.
Work.
New York City, yeah.
You have to get your lifetime driver's abstract, I remember. You have to get wow, there's so many things. Like, and if you ever had any summons or arrests, any dispositions, you have to fill out this packet. You have to give your like work history, your living history. You have to get a thing notarized saying you understand the laws. You have to get it from people you live with, which was one of the things that I said New York has it too. Well, people you live with who are over the 18, they have to sign a thing saying they understand that you're getting a firearm license and that you're going to purchase a firearm. Off the top of my head, you have to submit like your birth certificate, your social security card, your driver's license.
Now, do they
a credibility thing? Because I know you have to, like 4 or 5 people have to sign this thing saying, AK Alpha Moon, he's an idiot. Don't give him no gun or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Yeah, you have to get 4 people to sign off on you, saying that what would be the word that they know your
in your
character.
household, in your household, or is it
now? Do they do that
if you your family or something like that?
The 4 references can't be family.
Yeah, long as they're in your state,
you
though.
live with, in the household, they could be anywhere in the U.S. But in your household, you have to get people you live with saying that they understand that you're getting a firearm, and then you have to get the 4 references who don't live with you.
That don't live with you. Okay.
That don't live with you. Yeah.
Now, do they do that for someone whose occupation requires them for a firearm, whether it's because of this new law or whether past? For example, if I'm an armored truck driver, I just got a job with an armor company and I got to carry a firearm. Do I have to go through those same hoops now with this new law than someone that's just wow, that's a lot. The difference probably be the company would be taking the book.
So all this stuff is written in like the law. So like they have an obligation to do this whole crazy process, because when they won the lawsuit, the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin, and they said that every state has to give pistol permits, the state drafted a law saying that they have to do all of this now to kind of like fight against it, to disencourage people from getting the license.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta. It's like you gotta, you get a book of.
But the South is not like
book
that.
And papers, and nobody gonna read all them papers. So they go like, you know what? I'm gonna put that to the side. So that's what they want you to do.
Maybe I'm wrong, but the Second Amendment is the Second Amendment for everybody. So it starts switching up when you go into the states, because whatever they doing in Charlotte and Florida and Tennessee, if you going by the Second Amendment, they should be doing the same thing in New York, New Jersey,
but they let the states regulate it. Each state regulate their own thing, which it shouldn't be like that. It should just be one.
That's the
across
Bill of
50
Rights.
states.
Should be one.
Yes,
and that's hoping to be the goal of the direction at a federal level, where they try to go with passing these bills. Will it happen anytime soon? Maybe. We'll see. If this National Concealed Carry Reciprocity Act goes through, that would be a very big win, because now you complicate things a lot less. There's a lot less complications in how you go about things. But I know a lot of states, governments who are against it are going to fight against it. So it may not be a win-win, but it'll be a big win, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
And even if they do lose, they're gonna try to find some way to mess with you.
Of course.
Mhm.
Whether they're gonna charge you $2,000 a year to have a firearm,
Right.
or whatever it
Insurance.
is. You know what I'm saying?
Insurance,
Insurance,
right,
or you
right.
have to insure yourself with your
Sure.
mother that lives with you, with your
Right,
Yeah.
grandmother.
right,
All of them got to be
right,
insured.
right,
Yeah, they'll come
sure.
up with something.
Right. They come with something to get money. You're right. You're
Yeah,
absolutely right.
that's to
You're
discourage
absolutely
you
right.
They tend
once
to look at it
again and
as a
say, you know
money-making
what?
Right.
business for them.
Oh yeah. They're gonna say,
Mm-hmm.
listen, we can't stop the guns from them having it, so we make it harder for them to have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Raise these prices, do this thing, do that thing, so somebody could say, you know what, it's too much money. I don't even want this gun no more, and give
No
you
more.
know,
Right.
Yeah.
or for new users looking at the law and be like, I gotta pay what? I gotta do what? I gotta do nah, I ain't getting this.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying? So that's another
Mhm.
way to discourage people if they don't
Right.
if the law gets passed.
Yes.
So I don't know. So how do you guys address the psychological aspect of handling firearms, particularly with like new shooters? Because I know they crazy and they nervous and they don't you know what I'm saying? You get those a lot or what?
Yeah, we always get them, especially for new users, person who are or signing up for the pistol permit classes. Like I said, everyone always come to the class. They always come nervous. Well, our aim is just to have them, being relaxed. We start to introduce ourselves. We joke around with stuff, and we just kind of make it a laugh. And you see that tense that they come in the class. It start to wind down, and people start to becoming comfortable. Like I said, if you have a student who is falling behind, everyone kind of like chip in and like, okay, you could do this or you could do that, and it usually works. That's always our aim and our goal is to make people feel comfortable, because like I said, a lot of people are nervous when they come into the class, especially when we go into the range and they're doing the range qual. They kind of
Right,
like, okay, I don't want to go first, you go first, or you go first, and I want to do last, because they're nervous. And all we have to do is just tell them, listen, the gun is going to do what it's going to do, and you are going to do what you're trained to do, and that's all it is. Just be nervous, have fun. We encourage them, have fun.
I think it's that first feeling.
Yes. Yes.
Because I know when I first fired a firearm, that first feeling you like, oh, what this thing is gonna feel like, you know what I mean? Because you see in the movies, you see on TV, you see all that
Yeah. Properly firing it is one thing.
Sideways.
Properly
They
firing.
do it they look at
Yeah.
they want to do it sideways, like the criminals and stuff
Like
like that.
Juice.
They
You ain't
shoot
trying to do it
they
like
choose
Juice.
it sideways. Yeah, that's
Yes.
why they doing bad. You bad. But
Yeah.
but that's not the right way to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And another thing I want to kind of like state with this too. So the very first time you're going to shoot that firearm, the very first time, the first shot, that's the shot that you can look at their expression and they'll be like, oh my God, what is this? Right?
Mhm.
And then because the instructors is always going to be right there beside the student, is always going to be there shadowing them. So if they're doing something incorrectly, they could quickly stop them, or quickly take their finger off that trigger, or
right.
have that firearm in a low ready position.
Right.
So that first shot, they'll be like, oh my God. Some people are, I've had a student who have fired the first shot and they'll be like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. And they try to quit. I would kind of explain to them, like, it's going to make that sound. You're not used to the sound.
Yeah.
Try to relax, try to have fun. This is the goal. This is what you're trying to do, and by the end of the day, they instructor, I love it, and they recommend other persons, and they were like, I like the one-on-one session, because you could see on the range itself if somebody's going to take a little bit more time, and if they're going to take a little bit more time, you remember these people pay their money to get their permit. You want to establish that for them, so sometimes you have to work a little bit longer with a student, because some people grasp faster than some. right?
Yeah.
So the ones who you could tell that even in the class itself, when you're training with the laser itself, you could say like, okay, this person, we're going to work a little bit longer with this person. So okay, we have you go at this time, and we have you there. And the persons who are shooting first, they get out and go out, and then you just work with that person, and they love it. They love it, and you see them at the range all the time. Sometimes you go back to the range with different students. They're there after they get the permit, they're practicing, and they're like, oh yeah, good job, guys. I see you guys over there putting your training in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta hit him with the truth. I gotta hit him with the truth, respect. I gotta tell him the truth about you and Chris.
Me and Chris.
Yeah, you and Chris P. When I was bouncing down there, and I gotta tell her. I don't want to tell. I gotta wait for you. You pull it up. You ready?
Hold on.
Pull it up. I gotta tell y'all what Mr. Respects did right here when he was shooting the gun.
Oh, me?
What's up, y'all?
Yeah. Nope. Hold on. Let me get some order in this place. Hold on.
Yeah, get some order.
Some order.
Let me see.
We got to make sure that he tell the truth. So he got to hold his hand up and tell the truth. He got to find the audio.
Okay, hold on.
I know you ain't gonna sell me short.
Order in the court. Order in the court. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
That's for me.
That's
I
for
do.
you.
I do.
Let's go. Let's go. I was bouncing down on 14th Street in the meatpacking district with Nels and all of those places, Hogs and Heifers, all of that. So there was this bar lounge that I bounced at, and it was called the Cooler. Now in the Cooler, they had a basement downstairs, and they had different art installations where people was having all kind of weird stuff. So you happen, right? So what happened was they had a firing range down there, and this is in New York. They had all kinds of guns down there and everything. And Mr. Respects and my other younger brother worked with me that night. So the guy said, if y'all want to throw some things down this little makeshift range, y'all could. They picked the biggest guns that they could find. I don't know if they was
never shot a gun in my life.
Yeah, never shot a gun. Like I said, what are y'all doing? He was like, oh, they looking at it. And this brings a question in. They looking at, oh, this is it, man. You know, they did, yeah, I'll see. They fired it. I don't know if it was a AK, but one of the old ones with the banana clips. You know what I mean? And they shoot
probably a 22 Tech or something like
and
that.
the fire was coming out of it, and they was mesmerized. You know, from they shoot
Tech 9s and whatever.
I'm like, what are y'all doing? And they just fell in love with it. So every time we would bounce, I think we was bouncing for 2 weeks. They would go down there, and that was the first thing they would do. They would pick up that and rocking back like that. The kickback. I'm like, oh man, they got me in a lot of trouble. They got me in a lot of trouble. Those guys.
That was the first time I shot.
What was it?
The 357.
Well, yeah, you did that. Yeah,
which I'd never shoot again. I'll put that
Yeah.
down. But this thing was like the Clint Eastwood joint with the long muzzle.
Yeah,
they were just picking up stuff and like, oh, I want to try this. So they're like kids in a candy store. I want to try this. I want to try that.
Listen, I see my friends, the street pharmacists, pharmaceutical people, do their thing. So I figure I could do the same thing. So I was like, you know what? Let me try it. So, but I had fun though.
You had fun.
We had some good experience.
A good memory.
So
that you'll have.
yeah, that question was bring on because. What do you think for somebody that don't know how to shoot? What do you think they should be purchasing? Do you think they should be going out purchasing something big and because they like the look? Because to me, it's just like a pair of pants. You wanted a nice pair of pants. You want it to fit right. You want it to fit in your hand right. You want to be comfortable with it. So
but you don't want your balls hanging out.
Yeah, exactly. But you don't want the bolitas hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I was saying.
You want all 10 toes, not
yeah.
5.
Some people get caught up with just the look of it and the ruggedness, and when they purchasing their first firearm and stuff. What would any of you guys suggest that someone do?
We got 5 minutes, guys.
All right. So when purchasing a firearm, like as you were stating before, it boils down to a lot of stuff. It boils down to the balance of the firearm, what you're comfortable shooting, and comfortable paying the price for practice ammunition. That also comes into play.
Yeah.
Your finger placement on the trigger.
Uh-huh.
That also comes into play too. And we talk about balance and we talk about weight.
Uh-huh.
So when you're choosing a firearm, you should also always choose a firearm with those in mind.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to for the looks itself, if I'm going to be honest, some firearms look really rugged than some, and
Yeah.
I think if you're going to purchase a firearm that is you have never shot the firearm before or anything like that, it boils down back to training.
Yeah.
You got to train with that firearm.
No.
So so you can get comfortably. You can know where the break point is going to be at, where the wall is going to be at. All of that comes into it.
You always hear people say, like hold the gun at least, or like try to fire it or rent it before you always,
Yep.
go shooting it, so you can feel it and you can go, wow, this feels like a good gun or not. Because then if you don't, you're gonna buy it and you're gonna be like, well, I can't.
You're gonna hate it.
I can't. Yeah, exactly. So they'll always say just hold it, shoot it. Try to get something in a common caliber like 9mm.
Yeah.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Santana, we got 1 minute left. This is a question I want to know before we break out of here. How can we bridge the gap between pro-gun and anti-gun communities to find common ground, man?
All right, so I'll say, just try to speak to people, education, try to get out there, spread the message, talk to people, because you'd be surprised. You speak to some people and they if you speak to them, they'll listen, So just try to get some information out, because there's a lot of misconceptions out there. There's so many misconceptions. If you sit there, you speak to them on a personal level, not the meaning, and you spread the good word, you tell them how, you show them things, you explain firearms to them, they'll have a more better understanding of it, because I feel like it's taboo with some people. People see it as a taboo, and that's why they're so scared or not to. They don't want to experience it because it's taboo to them, and they just don't know any better. That's why it's taboo to them, because they've never been around guns.
Big up. All about education. All about education, people. So we want to thank Marlon Tapper, Louis Santana for coming on Food for Thought today. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I know it's a lot more that we can talk about, but we don't have that much time. But we just want to thank you guys for coming on, man. Give them another round of applause, man.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you for all the knowledge.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, Santana. Thanks, man. Later.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right.
Thank you.
Tapper. Thanks again.
Yo,
later, bro.
Tapper.
We got talk, Tapper. We got talk. All right, later.
All right.
Later.
Big up to them brothers, man.
Yeah, man. There were so many questions that we wanted to ask and get into. So.
Yeah, man. Like you can't hour, 2 hours, you can't even really get everything in there, man.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I just want to thank those brothers for coming out, man. So BK Pinky Info building. And I know you got some news for us. Let's break some news.
Well, the transition of power has begun. Donald Tropicana Trump, aka TT, is back in office, and he brung his goons with him.
Yes, he did.
At the inauguration, he had guests like Elon Musk, Dana White, Mike Zuckerberg, Logan and Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, and many others, just to name a few. But however, the ones that got in the most for being there was Snoop Dogg and Nelly. Woo. Man, Snoop performed at the Crypto Ball and Nelly performed at the Liberty Ball. But let me get this straight. In 2016, Snoop said this: Which one of you jigaboo ass Negroes going to perform? I dare one of you motherfuckers perform. I'm going to roast the shit out you Uncle Tom ass motherfuckers.
Go ahead,
You
Snoop.
also tweeted a pic of Daffy Duck dancing, saying that's Donald Duck. But now you perform in 2025 with Donald Trump. Who's the coon now? You're corny for that. You the jigaboo. You the Uncle Tom. You the sellout.
Whoa. I got an update on that.
Now for you, Nelly. Under the E-I.
Uh-oh.
What you done wrong?
How he said? Nelly, you're gonna have the nerve to say, quote this. He's a big dummy. Did he respect? Now, Nelly said this. He respected transition of power now, but he didn't the transition of power on January 6th. You respect the office. You respect whoever's in the office. You didn't do it for money. That's what you said. But did you respect the transition of power when he sent the mob squad there? Did you, Nelly? Come on.
Yeah.
Now you want to perform there, whatever? Man, you need money, man.
Uh-huh. He need that.
You probably need some pampers for the baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The baby coming you in Shanti. You know what I'm saying? But Nelly, use a coon for that too, man. Or whatever. And I didn't even respect that. And y'all need to shut up, man. Y'all deserve a backlash because you're fake. Now, Donald Trump, again,
What you got?
man, he came out firing, bro. First 2 days, whatever, he coming out firing. He ain't waste no time talking bullshit, giving up executive orders. First, he pardoned the Mars Squad for January 6th. I guess the migrants better hide because he's sending you back home, man. The Reaper is out to get you and your family. You starting that shit like changing the Gulf of Mexico into the Gulf of America, talking back the Panama Canal, making Canada part of the United States.
Bro, come on.
Oh, he even did the DEI. He employees in the office, he closed that and paid leave. They on paid leave. All the people that's the immigrations, they had appointments, he canceled all of them. He building a wall. He started back building his wall again. Man, it's a wrap for these people. He's doing a lot and not even a week. So he got more to come. So y'all get ready, man. Y'all get ready because Donald Trump he got 4 years to do this, man. So y'all out there listen, keep your eyes open. And stuff, I want to wave because didn't my man Elon Musk did that? Oh, yeah. I didn't see the YouTube. Man, listen, what is that? He grabs his chest and he go, that sounds like somebody has to know back in 1940s and 30s. Oh, my man. Hitler. Yeah. Wasn't that Adolf Hitler? That sounds like an Adolf Hitler to me, but ain't he from South Africa? And he not from Germany? Man, this man is crazy. Yeah. He's a real riot, Alice. He's a real riot. Man, I saw that holler. He didn't do it once, but he did it twice.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all right now, you watch out. All the things that they throwing it right in your face. Yep. So you gotta be careful out there. Keep in mind, be focused, right? Yep. Be focused. All right? Yeah. Because it's about to happen.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They showing you bits and pieces. But stay tuned.
Yeah.
About to happen.
Going down.
And that's BK, Pinky, and that's the news.
That's right.
Yeah. You're gonna have to come back next week and give us something, because Snoop got a little pass from Harry O saying that's why he did it. So we got to do some more research
update on
that.
that.
Yeah, because he
Definitely
might
update on
get a little pass. You know, he might get a little pass.
Okay.
Nelly
Let's
and them
see.
and Rick Sloss. I don't know about Rick
Yeah, I
Sloss.
don't know, man. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
all of them, he doing it and all that, but you can't say one thing, Snoop, and then doing another. You know what I'm saying? You can't call them coons and jigaboos if
Yeah.
you was a jigaboo and a coon too.
But did you see?
So,
Did you see Harry O co-sign that? He said Snoop did that for him because he got pardoned by Trump.
Yeah,
so
'cause he got
that was
pardoned by
part
Trump.
of it. So
My
Snoop
thing
said
is, just don't say nothing.
Yeah.
You
Right.
don't have to say that.
Right.
If they want to
Right.
perform for
Right.
Trump, just don't say nothing.
perform.
So the next year or
That's
later
it.
on, this won't fall on you.
Yeah,
D, you
man.
got something for us? Words of wisdom,
yeah.
baby. What you got?
Oh yeah, I got some. I'm gonna hit you with the WOW, right? And these are two quotes that were stated by Jeff Cooper, and he states the first quote: "The criminal does not expect the prey to fight back. May he never choose you, but if he does, surprise him."
No doubt.
The second quote that Mr. Jeff Cooper said is, "Your mindset is your primary weapon. Your mindset is your primary weapon, so use it wisely." And here at Food for Thought, we say, because this is a street words of wisdom, because we heard this in the street before, and this is what we say: I would rather get judged by 12 than to be carried by 6.
By 6.
That's the WOW for the day. Words of wisdom, food for
And that
thought.
depends on the 12 that's carrying you.
That's right.
That's
That
right.
depends on those 12, man.
That's
Make
right.
sure you get the good 12.
The good
Yeah.
12, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
before we leave, I want to thank everybody for tuning in for Food for Thought today. Let's
Yeah.
thank again for the people who came into the chat today. We'll definitely appreciate you guys coming in today. And Murphy coming in saying what's up in the chat, and all our members, subscribers coming in today. I had a chance to go with my son to a performance that he did not too long ago with my sister, AK Promotions, and this is his video that's gonna leave us out of here, out of Food for Thought, man.
Yeah, we
My
love
son, Teddy Scamboosley, and this one is called Verbal Assault.
And if you walk away from me, I just love you from behind.
That's right, y'all. Next Thursday, don't forget, AK Alpha Moon, BK Pinky, Red Specs. So
I go front and try to pull it off for y'all. Feel me?
A new year calls for a new kind of podcast. Live every Thursday at 8 p.m.
This one is called Verbal Assault. Let's get it.
I need this shit to bang through the fucking speaker though, like, nah, man.
DBZ in the building.
Shit right here, nah.
You're moving the building.
Not me. Shit not me.
What's that?
Love taking them shortcuts, ripping running through the back routes. Took the bricks, made a foundation. Took my niggas out the trap house. To the end I go with mines. So it's nothing if I back out. When I pull up with the chopper, Mac pull up with the max out. This one for my demon niggas. On my filthy, on my greasy niggas. Run up in your house, gun to your mouth, smile, then we gon' squeeze it, nigga. Boy, I'm realer than the real estate. When I eat, I get the biggest steak. Look around the whole fucking spot. All my niggas got the biggest plate. Fire flames, yeah, fire flames. It can stick you like a Spider-Man. I flash the metal like I'm Iron Man. Game over, nigga, try again. With this money on my mind, got it on me like a guilty conscience. One way going north, skip Boozy the train. Nah, you could never stop it. Niggas say what? Quit all that yapping and talking all tough. You niggas is ready for war. I'm telling you now, my nigga, this ain't what you want. You know that we stepped in the building. Cause the whole lobby be smelling like skunk. We do what we want, ready to dump. Nah, we never be giving a fuck. Stay on my pivot, it's once a biscuit. Leave it to me and I'm frying this chicken. And yes, I'm a pimmin', the writing is vivid. Pushing the limits, then breaking the limits. Tell us a spot and my niggas attended. Everyone present, we taking attendance. Can't see who in it, the windows is tinted. I'm reading the signs, I'm young and I'm gifted. I'm down for the ride, I'm in it to win it. Can't really see me, a scratch on the dishes. My style is rugged and even authentic. Run on your block and you know we gon' spin it. Give me a target, I bet you I hit it. Got me a message, I bet you I send it. Got a dream life, nigga, I'm tryna live it. Better get solid, see, I'm on a mission, my nigga, so listen. Don't try to play me, nigga. Got a blueprint like Jay-Z, nigga. Bet if I push through the glass and I bet your whole body break up like AD, nigga. She wanna put me longer than the AC, nigga. Killing these rappers off the EP, nigga. Got the club lit off GP, nigga. I know your main bitch wanna eat me, nigga, like, whoa. Got me like, oh, her head is a rush. I tell her go slow. And after she done, I spin on the low. Back to the money, bitch, I gotta go. If I'm in the whip, then it's hard not to smoke. I be the shit in the back of a rose. I'm in addiction, I give him a dose. I'm up in the boat when I'm spinning the coast. I'm cooking you niggas.